Hello, all these videos that you'll see and pictures are Fragmites. Hello, I am making an informational video about Fragmodies. There are Fragmodies in Utah, and although they are amazing looking, they cause more bad to Utah than good because they love water. And when they grow, they're 10 feet plus when they grow, and that's in full growth. The seeds had gone and spread all over Branks in '84. There are Fragmodies that are native to the United States on the East Coast, but there has been an outbreak of Fragmodies in Utah. Fragmodies are also known as common reed, has started to grow out of control in Utah around 30 years ago, or '84. Fragmodies have 4 species, and the main one that I'm going to cover is called Phragmites australis. The European plant has come over to be a plant for decorations in your ponds. When it was in ponds, it released seeds and it was washed down river. The plant had gone and spread a lot during the 1984 flood, when the area had all been wiped out from Pineview when it overflowed. The plant is really bad for the environment because the plant takes a lot of water out of the lakes and rivers. Fragmites tend to outgrow the native species like cattails and bulrush. The Fragmites are a plant that if you look at them up close, they have little barbs and those little barbs are made to stick to things. And if you like to go out hunting, you could end up sitting in them. They will stick all over your clothing and they will spread if you do not wipe them off your clothing. And if you move to any body of water, it will spread the Fragmites. The issue about the Fragmites is that they go and grow all over Great Salt Lake. And it makes a big problem because the lake loses so much water because of it. The Fragmites can go and cover up so much area because the Fragmites can go and cover up 20 feet square inches or square feet in a year. The Fragmites are so thick that it is really difficult to walk through them. And they cause boats to get stuck and need help because they are so thick they hold the boats in place. The plant you can go and walk up to, they are so tall and thick you can see, and you walk into them and you're lost because they are so tall because you can't see the sky sometimes. The Fragmites will then be so thick they make a good home for mosquitoes to live in them. Fragmites are so thick that ducks can't even use it as shelter, and that the dogs that you hunt with can't even go through the Fragmites to go get the birds that you shot down, which is a big issue because then they're leaving bodies out there in the water, which is really bad for the nature. Fragmites are also a big fire danger. If something happens, it could make us lose all the native species from a fire. The Fragmites could go and burn properties of people because they can burn so fast and rapid. For going and trying to get rid of the Fragmites, you should never pull them out. Fragmites have root systems that are so well for them that they spread more Fragmites if you tear them out. Each root could become one more Fragmite. You have to go and use like a Roundup to go and kill the Fragmites. Then after so long, towards the fall, you go and burn it and make sure it's completely dead before you do that, otherwise it could still come back. Fragmites has cost Utah in the last year over $6 million or more in Utah in 2018. The mowers that cut Fragmites are over $1 million each. Fragmites are so expensive because they have thousands of weeds that they release all the time. It is an issue because they cover up thousands of acres of land. When Phragmites die, there is a big area for them to let cattails and bulrush to live and spread. The Fragmodies are so bad that we will never be able to get rid of them, but we will hope to get their population in Utah down to a controllable number. Fragmites have stopped shorebirds and waterfowl from coming to Utah because there is so much that it blocks the area that the birds want to land in, because they are so scared that something could come out of the weeds and get them. Fragmites have caused areas to become impossible for people to hunt spots that they first began in when they're younger. So for my conclusion, I want to say that it's bad things to have Fragmites in your pond. If you can help get rid of Fragmites, it would be, everyone would be happy, because you can see more wildlife and see that Fragmites have caused lots of Utah. If we got rid of lots of issues to Utah, if we got rid of them, our water levels would be higher. We wouldn't have to worry so much about Salt Lake drying up. If you want more information, you can go out to the youth fair in Farmington, Utah. That is around the end of September every year. You can get a free airboat ride and a mud boat ride to see the amount of Fragmites in Utah. They will have stands that you can talk to, like DWR, and see what Fragmites have done and what birds they have stopped.